Throughout history, whispers of a hidden brotherhood have captured the imagination of the masses, a society whose members claim to hold the keys to the universe's greatest secrets. This is Freemasonry, a fraternity so ancient that its roots intertwine with the foundations of civilization itself. For centuries, it has been shrouded in layers of mystery, its symbols etched into cathedrals, government buildings, and even dollar bills. But beyond the visible emblems lies a hierarchy, each level offering greater knowledge to those who ascend. At the pinnacle of this enigmatic order is the 33rd degree, a realm reserved for the select few deemed worthy. What happens within these rarefied circles? What secrets are imparted to those who reach the summit? For most, the answers are locked behind the grand Masonic doors, guarded by an oath of silence. But what if we could peek beyond the veil? In this journey, you will uncover truths that defy belief. Secrets about the number 33, the spiritual nature of humanity, and the forbidden knowledge that shapes the universe itself. As you'll soon discover, the 33rd degree is not just about power or prestige. It's a doorway to enlightenment, a bridge between the seen and unseen. And yet, the real revelation might not be what you expect. Prepare yourself, for once you learn this, your understanding of reality may never be the same again. Freemasonry is often shrouded in an aura of mystery, a centuries-old fraternity that has sparked both admiration and suspicion. Its roots trace back to the guilds of medieval stonemasons, craftsmen who built the cathedrals and castles that still inspire awe today. But beyond its humble origins, Freemasonry evolved into something far greater, a philosophical society dedicated to the pursuit of wisdom, the betterment of character, and the search for truth. The structure of Freemasonry is as meticulous as the architectural masterpieces its members once built. At its core are the degrees, each representing a step along a symbolic journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. Initiates start as entered apprentices, then progress to fellow crafts, and finally become master masons. For many, this third degree represents the pinnacle of achievement. Yet within the fraternity, there exists a hierarchy beyond these foundational levels, a path accessible only to those who seek to ascend further into its mysteries. Among these higher degrees, none is as enigmatic as the 33rd. Officially known as the Sovereign Grand Inspector General, the 33rd degree is the apex of the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, an honor reserved for those who have demonstrated exceptional dedication and service to the craft. But outside the walls of Masonic lodges, the 33rd degree has taken on a life of its own. It is whispered about in hushed tones, portrayed in conspiracy theories, and often misunderstood as a gateway to secretive power or occult influence. For those on the outside, the ordinary world is one of speculation. Stories abound of shadowy meetings, cryptic rituals, and hidden agendas. Popular culture fuels these misconceptions, painting Freemasons as puppet masters pulling the strings of global events. The truth, however, is far more nuanced. Freemasonry is not a monolithic organization. It is a network of independent lodges bound by shared principles. Its rituals and symbols are not tools of domination, but instruments of introspection, designed to guide members on a journey of inner transformation. Yet, it is precisely this secrecy that fuels the curiosity. Why does Freemasonry guard its teachings so closely? What knowledge is so powerful that it must be reserved for the select few? The 33rd degree, in particular, seems to hold the answers to these questions. Its exclusivity and the reverence it commands among Masons make it the focal point of fascination. Even within the fraternity, the 33rd degree is often seen as an unattainable summit, accessible only to a chosen few who embody the highest virtues of the craft. But what lies beyond the ordinary world of speculation? For the uninitiated, the 33rd degree is a symbol of the unknown, a gateway to a realm of hidden truths. For Masons, it represents the culmination of a lifelong journey, a recognition of their commitment to the principles of brotherhood, charity, and the pursuit of knowledge. It is a degree steeped in symbolism, with every detail carefully crafted to convey profound truths about the nature of existence and the responsibilities of enlightenment. Most, however, remain on the outside, peering into this world through the distorted lens of rumors and half-truths. They see the symbols, the compasses, the square, the all-seeing eye, but they do not understand their meaning. They hear of secret rituals but cannot grasp their purpose. The ordinary world is one of ignorance, where the deeper significance of Freemasonry remains hidden, obscured by a veil of secrecy and misconception. This is the starting point of our journey, a world where the 33rd degree is shrouded in mystery, where most remain unaware of what lies beyond. Yet for those willing to look deeper, to cross the threshold into the unknown, the secrets of the 33rd degree hold the promise of transformation, a path not to power, but to enlightenment. The journey begins here, in the ordinary world, where the allure of the unknown beckons us to seek the truth. The journey through the ranks of Freemasonry is no ordinary ascent. For initiates, it is a path marked by challenges, introspection, and the gradual unveiling of truths that challenge the very fabric of their understanding. Each degree serves as a stepping stone, a veil to be lifted, drawing them closer to the ultimate threshold where the mysteries of the 33rd degree await. To the uninitiated, the progression through Masonic degrees may seem like a series of ceremonial rites, rich in symbolism but detached from practical meaning. In truth, these rituals are anything but superficial. Each degree introduces profound philosophical concepts, requiring the seeker to engage in deep reflection. For instance, the first degree, the entered apprentice, symbolizes the raw potential of the individual. It is here that the initiate learns the value of discipline and the importance of building a strong moral foundation. As the initiate advances to the fellow craft and master mason degrees, the lessons become more intricate. The fellow craft delves into the realm of intellectual development, emphasizing the pursuit of knowledge through science, mathematics, and philosophy. The Master Mason degree, often considered the culmination of the Blue Lodge experience, is both a rite of passage and a confrontation with mortality. It challenges the initiate to consider the fleeting nature of life and the enduring legacy of their actions. Beyond the Blue Lodge lies the world of higher degrees, where the teachings become more esoteric. The Scottish Rite, with its 32 degrees, is a journey into the hidden layers of Masonic wisdom. Each degree is a puzzle, revealing fragments of a greater truth. The initiate is exposed to allegories drawn from ancient civilizations, teachings from the Kabbalah, and the principles of Hermeticism. These degrees serve not only to educate, but also to test the seeker's resolve, requiring them to embrace ambiguity and wrestle with paradoxes. However, the 33rd degree is unlike anything that comes before it. This is the threshold where the seeker confronts the unknown. Unlike the preceding degrees, which are available to any Mason who demonstrates dedication and a willingness to learn, the 33rd degree is not attained by effort alone. It is granted by invitation, a recognition of exceptional contributions to the fraternity and humanity. This exclusivity imbues the degree with an almost mythical status, symbolizing the union between worldly achievement and spiritual enlightenment. The moment of crossing into the 33rd degree is transformative. It is said that initiates must prepare themselves not only mentally but also spiritually. For the truths revealed at this level demand a level of understanding and maturity that transcends the ordinary. This is not merely a ceremony. It is a rite of passage that challenges the initiate to confront the deepest questions of existence. Who am I? What is the purpose of life? What lies beyond the material world? Symbolism plays a critical role in this crossing. The number 33 itself is laden with meaning. It is a master number in numerology, representing spiritual awakening and the ability to bridge the physical and metaphysical realms. In Christianity, it is the age at which Jesus is said to have fulfilled his divine mission. In Freemasonry, the number is often associated with the highest levels of wisdom and the connection between humanity and the divine. As the initiate stands at the threshold of the 33rd degree, they are confronted with a choice. To accept the degree is to embrace a responsibility that extends beyond personal ambition. It is a commitment to preserving and applying the ancient wisdom of the fraternity for the betterment of humanity. This moment is both humbling and empowering, for it represents the culmination of years, sometimes decades, of study, reflection, and service. The teachings of the 33rd degree are said to transcend the boundaries of any single philosophy or religion. Drawing from sources as diverse as the Hermetic texts of the Renaissance, the mystical traditions of the East, and the esoteric interpretations of Western theology, these teachings offer a holistic view of the universe and humanity's place within it. Initiates are introduced to concepts such as the interconnectedness of all life, the power of thought to shape reality, and the importance of living in harmony with universal principles. Yet the crossing is not without its challenges. The initiate must confront the unknown, relinquishing preconceived notions and embracing the possibility that truth is far more complex than they had imagined. This is the point where the journey shifts from the external to the internal, where the seeker becomes the alchemist, transmuting their own soul into a vessel of higher understanding. To cross the threshold into the 33rd degree is to step into a world where the ordinary laws of reality no longer apply. It is a moment of revelation, where the seeker realizes that the answers they sought were not hidden by the fraternity, but within themselves all along. And yet, this is only the beginning. For as they take this final step, they are reminded that the greatest mysteries of existence remain veiled, waiting to be uncovered. What lies beyond the threshold is a secret known only to those who have walked this path. But one thing is certain: to cross into the 33rd degree is to enter a world of profound knowledge, where the boundaries of reality blur, and the seeker begins to glimpse the infinite. The journey that began with curiosity has now become a quest for ultimate truth, a quest that will forever transform those who dare to undertake it. In every great journey, there comes a moment when the seeker, confronted by the unknown, discovers mentors and allies who illuminate the path forward. Within Freemasonry, these guides are not flesh and blood, but ancient systems of knowledge, spiritual texts, and symbolic traditions. Together, they form a reservoir of wisdom that has guided initiates for centuries, preparing them to unlock the mysteries of the universe and the enigmatic power of the number 33. The Hermetic texts stand as one of the most profound sources of spiritual guidance within Freemasonry. Rooted in the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus, a figure revered as a divine messenger of wisdom, these texts encapsulate the principles of Hermeticism, a philosophy that bridges the material and spiritual worlds. Hermeticism teaches that the universe operates according to universal laws, such as the principles of correspondence, vibration, and mentalism. As above, so below, states the Emerald Tablet, a cornerstone of Hermetic thought. This simple yet profound maxim suggests that the microcosm of human existence reflects the macrocosm of the universe. For Masons ascending through the ranks, this principle reveals that understanding the self is the key to unlocking the mysteries of the cosmos. Among the esoteric traditions embraced by Freemasonry, the Kabbalah holds a particularly revered place. Originating within Jewish mysticism, the Kabbalah provides a framework for understanding the divine and the structure of reality. Its central diagram, the Tree of Life, maps the interconnected pathways between 10 emanations, or Sephirot, representing attributes of the divine. Each pathway offers insights into the nature of existence, guiding initiates towards self-realization and spiritual enlightenment. The number 33 finds resonance in the Kabbalah, symbolizing the completion of a spiritual journey and the unity of mind, body, and soul. It is a reminder that ascension is not merely a physical or intellectual endeavor, but a deeply spiritual one. The alchemical symbols of transformation also serve as powerful mentors in the Masonic tradition. Alchemy, often misunderstood as a primitive quest to turn base metals into gold, is in truth a profound metaphor for inner transformation. The Philosopher's Stone, the legendary substance sought by alchemists, represents the perfected self, a state of spiritual and intellectual enlightenment. In the context of the 33rd degree, alchemical symbols such as the Ouroboros, the serpent eating its tail, and the phoenix, a bird reborn from its ashes, remind initiates of the cyclical nature of growth, destruction, and renewal. These symbols teach that the journey to enlightenment requires shedding old identities and embracing a higher state of being. The number 33 itself acts as a guide, encoded with layers of meaning that extend beyond simple numerology. In the Hermetic tradition, 33 symbolizes mastery and the bridge between the earthly and the divine. Numerologically, it is a master number associated with compassion, creativity, and spiritual awareness. Its significance is mirrored in the natural world and human anatomy. The human spine contains 33 vertebrae, a symbolic ladder connecting the physical body to higher consciousness. For initiates, the number represents the culmination of their journey and the opening of their inner eye to universal truths. These ancient systems, Hermetic texts, Kabbalistic traditions, and alchemical symbols are not static relics of the past, but living teachings that challenge the seeker to engage with them actively. They reveal that the journey to the 33rd degree is not about acquiring secret knowledge for its own sake, but about transforming oneself into a vessel of wisdom, capable of bridging the mundane and the divine. Yet these mentors also serve another purpose. They act as mirrors, reflecting the seeker's own potential. They remind the initiate that the answers they seek do not lie in external symbols or texts, but within their own consciousness. The Hermetic adage, "Man, know thyself, and you will know the universe and the gods," becomes the central guiding principle. The allies in this journey are not confined to the abstract. Fellow Masons, bound by the same oaths and guided by the same principles, form a fraternity of support. They provide counsel, share insights, and act as co-travelers on the road to enlightenment. In this collective pursuit of truth, the seeker discovers that the path to the 33rd degree is both an individual and a shared endeavor, uniting generations of initiates in a timeless quest for wisdom. As the seeker delves deeper into the teachings of Freemasonry, guided by these ancient systems, they begin to see the patterns that connect all things. The Hermetic texts teach them to observe the universal laws. The Kabbalah offers a map of divine emanations, and alchemical symbols reveal the process of inner transformation. Together, these mentors prepare the initiate to approach the final veil, where the mysteries of the 33rd degree await. What lies beyond is not simply knowledge, but a profound realization. The seeker is both the student and the teacher, the question and the answer. The journey has only just begun. Every journey of transformation is marked by trials, and for the seeker ascending to the 33rd degree, these trials are not mere external challenges, but profound inner confrontations. The road to enlightenment demands mastery of the self, an unwavering commitment to justice, and alignment with the universal truths that govern existence. It is a path that mirrors the alchemical process of turning lead into gold, a transformation not of substance, but of the soul. The first trial is self-mastery, a task as daunting as it is essential. Freemasonry teaches that to ascend spiritually, one must first conquer the chaotic forces within. This requires facing one's fears, weaknesses, and ego. Ancient Hermetic principles, such as the all is mind, remind the seeker that reality begins within their own consciousness. To master the external world, they must first master their thoughts, emotions, and desires. This process demands discipline, reflection, and an unyielding dedication to self-improvement. Justice, the second trial, goes beyond the simplistic notion of fairness. In Freemasonry, justice represents harmony, the balance between individual actions and universal laws. The seeker is taught to act with integrity, to weigh their decisions against the moral principles enshrined in Masonic teachings. Justice is not just about how one treats others, but how one aligns their life with the cosmic order. To fail in this trial is to fall out of step with the divine rhythm of the universe. The third trial is perhaps the most profound. Aligning with universal truths, this is where the seeker confronts the ultimate questions of existence, questions of purpose, origin, and destiny. Drawing from the Kabbalah, Hermetic texts, and alchemical wisdom, they learn that truth is not an external concept, but an inner realization. The alchemical symbolism of turning lead into gold represents this transformation, where the base elements of the self, fear, ignorance, and selfishness, are transmuted into enlightenment, wisdom, and compassion. These trials are not completed in isolation. They are a continual process. Each challenge leads the seeker closer to the understanding that enlightenment is not a destination, but a state of being. To ascend to the 33rd degree is to embody these principles fully, becoming a living bridge between the material and the divine, a true master of the mysteries. The journey culminates in a moment of profound revelation, where the seeker understands that the 33rd degree is not a status to be attained, but a state of transcendence to be realized. The truths revealed at this level dismantle all illusions of hierarchy and privilege, replacing them with a profound awareness of interconnectedness between the physical and spiritual realms. The number 33, often shrouded in mystery, serves as a bridge between these worlds. In Freemasonry, this number holds immense significance, representing the completion of a sacred journey. Its symbolism is deeply rooted in esoteric traditions. For instance, the 33 vertebrae of the human spine are seen as the ladder through which spiritual energy, or kundalini, ascends to the pineal gland, the mythical seat of the soul. This connection underscores the union of the material body and the divine consciousness, achieved through enlightenment. In the Corpus Hermeticum, a collection of Hermetic writings from antiquity, it is stated, "Man is a marvel of the universe, for he contains the essence of the divine and the material in one form." This teaching encapsulates the revelation of the 33rd degree. To transcend is not to abandon the physical, but to harmonize it with the spiritual. The initiate learns that the divine is not found in some far-off realm, but within themselves, waiting to be awakened through conscious effort and self-discovery. The wisdom of the Sefer Yetzirah, an ancient Kabbalistic text, also illuminates the significance of 33. It describes the universe as being built upon the interplay of 32 mystical paths of wisdom and the ineffable essence of the 33rd path, the connection to the divine source itself. This 13th century teaching aligns perfectly with Masonic philosophy. The 33 represents the convergence of human intellect and divine inspiration, where the seeker transcends the limitations of earthly understanding and glimpses the infinite. The climactic realization for the initiate is that enlightenment is not about accumulation of knowledge, titles, or power, but about surrender. The seeker must let go of ego and desire, stepping into a space of unity with the greater cosmos. The 33rd degree symbolizes the dissolution of boundaries between self and universe, revealing the truth that every action, thought, and breath is a manifestation of the divine order. This revelation transforms the seeker. What once seemed mysterious and unattainable now becomes clear. The 33rd degree is an invitation to live as a conduit of divine wisdom, bridging the material and spiritual realms through thought, word, and deed. The true master is not one who commands others, but one who serves the universal truth with humility and love. In this moment of enlightenment, the teachings of the ancient sages resonate deeply. As Hermes Trismegistus declares in the Emerald Tablet, "As above, so below, as within, so without." This fundamental principle reflects the harmony between the microcosm of the human soul and the macrocosm of the universe. To ascend to the 33rd degree is to understand this unity and live it fully. The 33 is no longer just a number. It is a symbol of transcendence, a reminder that the greatest mysteries are not hidden in secrecy but revealed through inner transformation. The ultimate truth is that the divine spark resides in all of us, waiting to be awakened. For the seeker who has walked this path, the revelation is not the end, but the beginning of a new journey, to embody this wisdom and share it with the world. The teachings of the 33rd degree represent a gift of immeasurable value, a spiritual elixir that empowers initiates to illuminate the world around them. This elixir is not a physical substance, but the awakening of consciousness, the mastery of self, and the profound understanding of universal justice. For those who ascend to this pinnacle, the journey does not end with personal enlightenment. It extends outward as a mission to guide others toward truth and harmony. The knowledge gained at this level is transformative. Initiates are no longer ordinary seekers. They become bearers of a timeless wisdom, capable of bridging the gap between the material and the divine. This transformation is deeply rooted in the principle of universal justice, which teaches that harmony in the world can only be achieved when individuals align their lives with cosmic truths. Justice, as understood in Freemasonry, is not merely an ethical concept, but a spiritual law that governs existence itself. The awakened consciousness gained through the 33rd degree offers a new lens through which to view reality. It is a profound awareness of interconnectedness, where every action, thought, and decision contributes to the greater whole. Initiates learn to wield this understanding with humility, recognizing that their role is not to dominate but to serve. The elixir they carry back to the world is the ability to inspire others to awaken, to seek their own inner truths, and to live in harmony with universal principles. But why does such knowledge remain concealed? This is not a matter of secrecy for the sake of exclusivity, but of safeguarding wisdom that requires maturity and readiness to comprehend. As the Hermetic texts warn, the profane cannot grasp the sacred. To reveal the mysteries prematurely is to sow confusion. The teachings of the 33rd degree demand responsibility. They are entrusted only to those who have demonstrated the discipline, integrity, and humility necessary to use them wisely. This veil of secrecy is also a safeguard against misunderstanding. In a world dominated by materialism, the profound truths of esotericism can easily be dismissed, distorted, or exploited. By keeping these teachings concealed within structured paths like Freemasonry, their integrity is preserved, ensuring they reach those who are prepared to receive them. For those who possess this wisdom, the transformation is unmistakable. The mundane world no longer appears as it once did. It becomes a tapestry of divine design, where even the smallest details hold meaning. This shift in perspective brings profound inner peace, but it also comes with a burden: the responsibility to live in alignment with the truths one has discovered and to share them in ways that uplift others. The return with the elixir is the final step in the hero's journey. The initiate, now enlightened, steps back into the ordinary world, not as a detached observer, but as an active participant in the cosmic order. They carry the flame of ancient wisdom, lighting the way for others to follow. In this way, the teachings of the 33rd degree transcend individual enlightenment. They become a beacon of hope for humanity's collective evolution. The ultimate gift of the 33rd degree is the realization that enlightenment is not an escape from the world, but a deeper engagement with it. The elixir is a call to action, to embody the virtues of justice, truth, and compassion, and to inspire others to do the same. For the true seeker, this is the greatest reward, to live as a bridge between worlds, transforming not only themselves but the world around them. The mysteries of the 33rd degree are no longer shrouded in secrecy, but revealed as a path of inner awakening and universal harmony. Now that you have discovered the secrets of the 33rd degree, there is an even deeper truth hidden in the shadows. What lies at the heart of the hidden codes of Freemasonry? Click on the on-screen video to continue your journey.